Hi, I'm Glenn Llopis, author of The Innovation Mentality and Earning Serendipity. And I have one question for you as a leader. What do you solve for? It seems like a simple question, doesn't it? All that is required to answer it is clarity and understanding about what gives you distinction and how you influence the evolution of the business as a leader. Yet most leaders I speak with struggle to answer the question. A simple question, not so easy to answer. Why? Because most businesses have stripped employees of their identities and influence, leading to a leadership identity crisis that infects businesses across America and prevents the implementation of inclusive leadership as a growth strategy. The key to leading inclusively is establishing relationships built on trust, but it's impossible to establish trust if your people don't know who you are and what you solve for, because the business is defining you. Here's how senior leaders explain their identities at work. My company brand defines me. My job title is my credential. My quarterly evaluation binds me. I am told that I am next to being promoted only to find my boss is leaving the organization. My boss controls my future. I am forced to start over by proving that I'm still worthy of the next in line status. I have no influence. Sounds familiar? Of course it does. It's what most people sound like when the business defines the individual, stripping leaders of their identities. Unfortunately, many leaders have been so stripped of their identities and influence, they have no idea what their leadership identity is, but also fail to see they suffer from an identity crisis. In other words, they actually think they have evolved to be inclusive as leaders. My organization surveyed 12,000 senior leaders and found that 81% believe they always embraced diversity of thought and utilized their team's individual strengths. 87% said they encourage their employees to share their ideas and ideals. Do you think their employees agreed? Well, of course not. Employees trust leaders who are authentic and vulnerable, and 73% of leaders said that they are sometimes vulnerable. Their employees? 68% said their leaders are never vulnerable. What we need are leaders who do more than think they are evolving and act to reclaim their identities. We need leaders who create teams of individuals that function together as part of a healthy whole. We need leaders who guide the right conversation, set the right tone, and maximize the potential of others. But that requires listening, and listening requires intimacy, and leaders who trust themselves to share their authentic identity. At Glenn Llopis Group, we help leaders break free from their identity crisis and reclaim their leadership identity and influence. We help them have an authentic awareness and understanding of what their leadership solves for to rebuild trust in the workplace, and we help them maximize potential and build high-performance teams focused on inclusion and the power of individuality. That's how leaders will evolve into the inclusive leaders businesses need. That's how organizations create inclusive environments that drive growth, where leaders are aware of how employees and customers can influence the future. That's the power of the innovation mentality.